Right, here we go, back on matic then. So last night we had a huge drop with Bitcoin and all the alts came tumbling down, and the alts which had the highest gains seem to have had the highest falls. Now matic was falling anyway. She has not been happy in quite a while, so we're looking at a daily chart here. So large retracement, big consolidation all the way down. Looks as though we broke out of the downward trend that would have sent us further down. I'll just extend this line anyway, just to... Where are you going? What are you doing? So technically we broke above it, and we've stayed above it, but continued to go down. That retracement was easily bought up though last night, and is at the moment just sitting above the 2 cent mark, which, you know, I've considered that to be the strongest resistance for it, and it's going to be difficult. Strongest support for it. It would be difficult for that to break down, but it is possible. It did break down last night, but it was bought straight back up, so it's looking very strong as far as the support is concerned. Now, what we've got to do is we've got to wait now over the next week to see where we go. Yes, that's right, a week. It's going to take a week for me to really have any kind of idea of how to predict where this is likely to continue. And also at the same time, it's proven itself to be pretty sensitive to the Bitcoin retracement. So if Bitcoin decides to fall further, matic might decide to fall further. Will matic fall much lower than it is now? Well, last night the lowest we got was, I believe it was, from what I can see here, it was less than point 1.8 of a cent. So that's not right. Sorry. Oof, hang on a second. Let's have a look. So the lowest we found ourselves was, it was about 1.824. So it's quite low. It's the lowest it's been in quite a while. So, but it was bought back up, and now we're sort of tracing our way back up. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good for the moment. So what I'm hoping to see from now on, if Bitcoin behaves itself, is these daily candles will hopefully start to build themselves up again, bit by bit, build themselves up. That's what we want to see from now. We don't want to see this go any further down, because that would suggest serious retracements after that. We want to see it slowly build back up. So I want to see green, 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 green. If we have a few reds here and there on the dailies, that'd be fine, so long as we're still progressively making our way back up. My original thought was that there was some kind of correlation between the original trajectory. Not a good day we're talking today. Because I had mapped out what looked like it could have been a similar pattern if it wasn't for yesterday's downfall. Now it could still take place. This is very rough now. I mean, there's no point in me doing this until we found ourselves some kind of structure. But if that were to be the case, I mean, when people were looking at matic before, and if I was to analyse matic before I went parabolic, it was a very healthy looking chart and relatively predictable, and it also reminded me of the way that BitTorrent looked. I'm not going to get it up, but BitTorrent looked very similar in its movements recently, not at the same time. It started to build up at the same time, but BitTorrent didn't have its parabolic top like this. It was very healthy. Now this looks great. This is very nice. This is a very nice move. Strong and consistent. Very strong actually. And then it just went crazy. Now I'm going to put this down to FOMO or whales or maybe some other manipulation, which caused it to do that. But if we can find our way back on this same trend that we were on prior to this madness, then we should be okay, because this is what matic warrants. This is what it deserves. It didn't deserve this. It was looking very good. Look, just if you have a look at the BitTorrent chart, you'll notice similarities in the way that it was moving, and I expect BitTorrent should still pick up from where it left off after this consolidation period it's just gone through. So if we can get back on this, then that'd be great, and hopefully once we start to find our higher highs again, we will start to see, that's not quite right, but we'll start to see moves, let's just say up and away like this or thereabouts. That's the time frame that I'm giving it anyway to start to make recoveries. That's a pretty optimistic one, that one. I mean, if we were to use the Fibonacci retracement, we could also be looking at, this is just rough. I did it last night. I deleted it. I got rid of the fork that I'd made, because I made it before the retracement. It was more of a mess about. Anyway, you can see that on my previous video. These are the sorts of moves that we're looking to be making over the next month or so. So they're within this range of trajectory I'm hoping for. But we're going to have to wait it out. So this is the 4-hourly chart, by the way. So it's not as overly optimistic as it looks. We could find our way of making up for lost time in these areas. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there, a bit of food for thought. If you bought on a dip last night, congratulations, that would have been a good opportunity. I find it difficult to imagine matic getting a lower price than it did last night. But even if it does go lower, that is definitely a nice little buy-in that you managed to achieve last night, so well done. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks a lot.